Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So we're in a different space. I just really like the energy in this setup, so we're going to be in this space for a little while. When I was setting up this space, I decided to put this painting in the background because I wanted a pretty background, and honestly, because of this painting actually carries a very powerful spirit in it for me. And because of that, I know that those of you who are sensitive are going to ask me about this painting. So I reached out to the artist to make sure that it's okay that I share her information. That will be found in the description box. And as a thank you for reaching out and asking her that, she sent a discount code for people. So there's a discount code down there as well. I have a second link for her because she's also a magical practitioner and a teacher. So this is this painting's called Lakshmi, and I love her. And the artist is Maggi Colwell. And Maggie is an art therapist based out of Ohio, and she's a Jungian analyst in training, and her magical training is extensive. She studied with some people that I really admire and respect, so definitely check out the second link because that's where she offers her classes. And some of those classes, from what I understand, are like self-study, and she definitely does an amazing job at bridging psychology with mysticism and magic and the dream world. And yeah, definitely check it out. There's a couple classes she has on there that I plan on checking out. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay. Taking a step aside and allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay. I'm just going to be honest. I don't feel like I'm going to get all the wording for this particular message right. So, yes, this is just a very complicated energy that I feel like I'm tapping into, and a little overwhelming, if I'm honest. So, the first thing that I'm hearing is I'm feeling this energy as I'm hearing the first time. And it's making me think of like in Egyptian mythology, they talk about that, and it is giving me kind of antediluvian energy, to be honest. It's like pre-flood energy. I feel that whoever this message is for, there's an awareness of very old lifetimes, very ancient lifetimes, maybe even the first lifetime that you've incarnated. And I think that recently there's been some sort of experience that we have been directed to go back to a particular situation within that lifetime. Okay. Within this lifetime, it's almost as though in either a vulnerable state, like a state where we relied on someone, or a childlike state, something happened. So this is bringing me into like the first trauma. And there's feelings wrapped up in this energy as I'm stepping into it, feelings of like abandonment, leaving things behind or being left behind. And I'm going to narrow this down even further. I don't feel that this is going to speak to a lot of people because it requires that people have knowledge of one of their first incarnations. So we're going to narrow it down even further. If you know about this particular situation and you're not able to see the flip side of how it was done in love, then this isn't going to be your reading. Okay. So whoever this message is for, it's like we have recently gained knowledge of what that was, or at least a working feeling state of what that was, of what it might have been. And we understand that the other side of that is that it was done in love. So for example, maybe you were incarnated into a culture where your family and you was extremely impoverished, right? And they had no way to provide a good life for you, and so they gave you to people who could. The feelings of abandonment, maybe the narrative that we've lived under for subsequent lifetimes. And by revisiting the first time and seeing that it was actually done for us, it was a massive sacrifice, on the part of parents to do that, a massive sacrifice and act of love. By going back to this first time, to this first trauma, and sitting in the opposite energy and understanding, no, it's because I was loved, this is how we heal the story that keeps repeating. So there's various instances that this could take place in. It doesn't necessarily have to be that story. This is just the first one that's coming to mind. Now, the reason why this is trying to heal in this time and why it's almost as though the self is trying to lead us to heal this particular energy is because currently within our life state, we have what we want in the 3D. So what we want as people, that means that we have the understanding of our dreams, our hopes, our desires, something that maybe we're working towards or a goal. And there's something even deeper that goes beyond our ego identity. It's a soul mission. It's like a purpose that we have always carried with us that we maybe have not had access to because it's been covered by this narrative or by this repetitious energy that has distracted us away from it. This is starting to emerge. So some of you may be getting glimpses at what it is. And these two are meant to come together. Okay, heaven and earth are meant to join, and this is where we become actualized humans. And this is one of the things that seems to be happening inside the collective that this message is for. So if you resonate with the first part, then this is what is taking place inside of your energy body, inside of your energy system. There's going to be ways that you even recognize that. So if none of this resonates, again, like I say in all my messages, don't take it. Okay, it's very important for this one. That's why I keep reiterating it. Now, I'm being given an image almost like the lotus, right? We talk a lot about the rose and how when you get to the center of the rose, this was like a symbol of peeling back the layers to get to the philosopher's stone, or really for me, it's like the crux of the matter, right? The truth, what it's all about. And I think that there's this energy coming through that somebody is about to figure out what that is, but there's been this dividing line and this point in which we haven't been able to do that. Maybe we've seen this narrative or this cycle that we keep repeating, or this energy that's pervasive or present as the thing that's kept us away from it. The message that's coming through is that energy has actually been your greatest teacher. That energy has kept you striving to become better. It's kept you striving to find out answers, to find out who you are, to understand how to heal yourself. It's kept you searching. And in that way, the very thing that we think has wounded us is actually our source of greatest abundance. Okay. And this seems to be what is happening. I just got hit with all these emotions as I'm stepping even deeper into this energy, and this one's getting me. This one's not in a bad way. I know people always roll through and they want to apologize about it. It's not a bad thing. This is a beautiful thing. This is, being able to partake in the energy that people are experiencing, and I'm honored. So, but with this energy, there's this feeling. I think I talked about this in a previous reading. A feeling of like I have to fix myself. I have to fix myself. I have to fix myself, or I have to heal. I have to heal. I have to heal. And again, it's not that that's necessarily a bad energy, but there's a lot of pressure that somebody's putting on themselves. And I think that one of the important things is we're navigating these very deep waters, because that's what this is deep, deep waters, is to really have that patience, grace, and mercy for ourselves, which is why those cards kept coming up last week and probably the last 3 weeks now. I think that someone's in a process of realigning parts of themselves that have been very disjointed, allowing certain things to wake up, because I'm not necessarily seeing this as the pieces are shifting together. I'm seeing it as pieces are growing back. So there's certain things that maybe we used to love doing that we're starting to do again, or maybe things that we partook of that we stopped at some point. Probably out of some sort of survival mode or some sort of traumatized state, or maybe due to depression, any number of things. And I think that whoever this message is for, as we've come back to life, as we've come back online, this is what is really allowing this sort of soulful energy of purpose to kind of emerge and make itself known, and to try and graft into our life. This is a very beautiful energy, because this is where someone is really becoming whole, okay? So all the feelings of I have to fix this, and I have to do this, and I have to do these things, someone is allowing themselves to feel whole. Okay, we have the mirror here. I want to draw attention to that right there. Actually, here, I will show you this. Right in there. It's like an eye that's watching For some of you, there may be an understanding that there's like a protective spirit. Maybe there's deity that you're working with. Maybe you're working with spirits. And it just feels a little bit like there's this very protective energy that's emerging from, again, going back to very early times. It's like something that we once had experience with is coming back. As we open up and we recognize and remember the energies, that really, it's like a cohesive story, right? Like all the stories that we've lived, that's us. That's the energy of us. That's our soul's signature, our soul energy. It's all in there. And it's like allowing ourselves to integrate different timelines, different lifetimes. I'm hearing it as like different songs. It's like bringing different songs together and getting them all to play the same melody. Understanding that one lifetime isn't necessarily separate from this lifetime, isn't necessarily separate from the next lifetime. It's all interconnected. And in this interconnection, as someone grows into the understanding of that, they start to understand how we're one. Okay, we have that image showing up again, the ever unfolding rose. The burning rose. When I see this burning rose, again, we're going from this idea of it's like an unfolding and then it's this activation. So it's not just a process of purification seems to be taking place, but a process of activation. Someone's going to the beginning to get to the end, and the end is a new beginning. It's this whole like cyclical nature that's not like being trapped or being stuck. It's a cycle of beauty. That's how it feels to me right now as I'm stepping into this. It's like profound beauty. And I don't know, it's like there's these negative, and I don't feel that they exist for whoever this message is for, though. It's like we've gotten past the negative lens that says that, I keep having to do this and I'm stuck here, and nothing wrong with people who feel that way. But whoever this message is for, it's like you've grown beyond that, right? You've gotten rid of that. You've come to love your time here. You've come to love who you are. You've come to love the experience that you're having. And there's just this insanely abundant and like high vibe energy coming from this collective that I'm reading for. And in this space, this is the perfect space for your soul mission to uncover itself. Because, if you're begrudgingly going about life, like, and you discover your soul mission, like, chances are you're just gonna be like, oh, it's more work. You're gonna grumpy smurf that shit. And instead, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing that whoever this message is for, it's like you're an inspired person. And so you're feeling deeply inspired at this time. Going back and understanding the flip side of this energy, it's like that's the energy that changes everything, right? Because you're going back to the very beginning, you're taking control of like some of the primal material and you're refining it. It's like the biggest refinement that one can ever experience is when they understand that the underlying energy of what they thought was a problem is actually love. And then we have the card saying freedom there. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. We are going to, there's just not so much that, it's like a very complicated energy, but like there's only so much I can actually say about it. Like I almost feel that it's, a lot of it doesn't need to be said for the collective that this is for. And it just feels like it's confirmation for you. So yeah, it's like, I don't feel I'm actually telling you anything that you don't know. I feel like this is just confirmation for you. So let it be that. We're going to go ahead, we're going to pull one card. Okay. Guiltless. Forgive the version of you that didn't know better. You weren't broken, you were becoming. And I think that's a perfect end to this reading here. So I will leave this here. This is a super powerful energy. For those of you who are on this journey and you're experiencing this energy, I wish you the best of luck. And feel free to hit the like. Feel free to comment. And until next time.